so I'm doing a get ready with me finally because a lot of people have been asking for it. So I'm delivering. I'm just gonna get brunch with my friend, but it's 12 and I haven't started getting ready, so I have to do this fast. I'm gonna crack open this energy drink because I'm addicted to these. My mom orders these. It's the excess drink. She told me to try talking about it in my videos so that people would buy it. They're really good. You're not supposed to drink them like I do because I kind of just drink them like a drink, like Coke or soda, because they're so good. But they do have like, it has a lot of caffeine, I guess. Oh wait, it says caffeine free. So never mind. I guess it doesn't have caffeine, but it is like, you know, whoa. Don't think anything of that. So I think the lenses I'll wear today, I want to try wearing the water. I thought I opened a pack of these, but I guess not. Hold on. Let me get my life together. So I want to try Skin Grayish. Skin Grayish? Yeah, Skin Grayish. I haven't tried these. So the three ones that my friend got me from Hong Kong, she got me, well, these are from PinkyCon, but they have like a storefront in Hong Kong, like near her, where she lives, or where she's from. So she got me Cream Beige, Water, and Skin Grayish. Okay. Recently, I've been pretty into like daily lenses because I feel like for the monthly ones, I can't try them. Like, I feel like with daily lenses, I can just try them and then I throw it out and then I can try something new, especially as somebody who wears lenses a lot or who likes to try different lenses on and stuff like that. I think it's nicer to be able to like switch it up because I'm not like that loaded where I could just, you know, be switching out my lenses all the time even though they're monthlies or yearlies. Like if I open a monthly, then I usually don't open up something else. Maybe I'll only have like 2 open at a time. But like right now I have 1 monthly open, but I'm still gonna wear like this daily because it's only 1 day. And I've been wearing that monthly for like the whole month still. So just saying. This is what Skin Grayish looks like. If you can see. So I'm gonna put that in my eyeball. You can see what the lenses look like. I can't even see what it looks like. Ooh. Okay. I know I look crazy because this is my bed head. I just braided my hair before I went to sleep. Shout out to Hanyang. I don't know if she still watches my videos, but she says she braids her hair when she sleeps. She always has like these beautiful waves. So even though I haven't done that in like a few years, I feel like I haven't braided my hair before I slept. And since I was like my early, why am I saying my early 20s? I'm still in my early 20s. What the hell? But I feel like I haven't done that since I was like actually 20 years old. So I started doing it again and it is very nice. So I'm gonna put on this face mask. I got this from Ellen. She got it for me from Japan, and it's like a 5-minute face mask that you do in the morning, and this really does help wake you up. And I feel like it's so cooling that it wakes, not only does it like wake me up, but it gets rid of a lot of my like swollenness. Oh, it's so cooling. I think one time somebody asked me why I don't have like a standing mirror for when I do my makeup. And honestly, it's just because I just don't have one. I think I want to get one though because it's so like inconvenient. And sometimes I like put my mirror in like a cup. Okay, so I think I'm gonna take this off now. I don't think it's even been a minute, but Ellen told me I don't even have to wear it for that long, so. It's all like soaked in, I mean absorbed and stuff, so it's time for the rest of my face. I'm gonna use the Urban Eco, the same stuff. Oh my god, I look like I have like a weird mullet haircut right now. Ew. Ew. Whatever. It's like so messy. Whatever. After I moisturize, I put on my primers. And I use two. As always. I'm like using this up because I really love it. I had this for a while, but I never really used it until my friend Tyler told me that he really likes it. I felt like it didn't really do anything for me, but now I really like it. It's just really, it just makes you look so glowy. Next, I use the Fenty Beauty Primer. I know my nails look really bad. It's because I have a full-time job and I use my hands a lot, so don't be saying stuff about my nails. Okay, so this is the Fenty Beauty Primer. This is the Photo Pro Filter Soft Matte. This is really good for helping your foundation last, but it is again mattifying, which I don't really want, so I put like a really small amount and I just put that on like the center of my face so that I just put it on the areas where my foundation would kind of start separating or getting weird throughout the day. So mostly around my nose, like on my nose, around my nose, and like here. That's where my foundation starts to get weird. So I just mainly focus it on the center of my face. So I use a hydrating and glowing primer. Well, I don't know if it's hydrating, but it just like makes you glowy. And then I use a mattifying primer to help with the longevity. And then I'm using the Chez d'Elle foundation. This is the Expert Real Serum Foundation, and this is a recommendation from Serena. So shout out to Serena. And I use like this to wet my sponge. My beauty blender is really dirty. You'll see later, but I don't know why I'm hiding it. This is the Mario Badescu, but I had only like this much, so I just put in water, and I have like rose water anyway, so I just mixed it and put it in the spray bottle. So it's not really the same thing anymore. It's just like nice to have like the spray bottle. Maybe I should take the label off. I don't know. It was originally. It has some of the Mario Badescu rose water inside. I don't know if it's just me, but I hate popping foundation onto the back of my hand, so I usually try to find like another surface, and usually I just use the cushion. I use a cushion, like any cushion. Like I'm not gonna use this cushion, but I just use this flat surface for where the puff is supposed to be, and I squeeze it right onto there. So what I've been doing lately, I've been using like a flat foundation brush and kind of just going back and forth like that, and like making it thinly spreading it. Oh, I didn't put on sunscreen. Help me. I'm gonna use the Neogen Daylight Protection Sunscreen SPF 50. And I put this on after I put on my primers. It's like the last step before my foundation. This one is okay. I'm just trying to use it up before I get anything else. So I'm just gonna thinly apply the Chanel's Real Serum Foundation. And apparently Chongcheon wears this foundation. But she also has like perfect skin. So put this on thinly, and then I blend it with my puff.
우리 함께 깜다이 건배하자 뭐 이런 컨텐츠입니다. 수다 떨고 조수 먹고 뭐 술만 인정 조리하고 등등등등 제공되는 네 오늘 컨텐츠. 술 너무 싫어. 오늘 역대급 추위였어요. 그래가지고 진짜 추웠거든요. 오늘 트원이 만났는데 진짜 추웠어요. 우리 왜 하필 나를 잡아도 이런 날을 잡은 거냐라고 할 정도로 정말 추웠거든요. 이거를 베란다에다가 제가 8개 정도 샀는데 베란다에 완전 지금 얼었나? 엄청 추워요. 오늘 마실 저는 이것도 맛있다. 혹시
So I mostly keep the foundation into the center of my face, and then only at the very end I start blending it to the edges, because I don't really need foundation on the outside of my face, so I don't apply it here, because most of my uneven skin tone and like my dark circles, my redness is like all in the center of my face, so I just mostly leave this part bare.
시간도 시간을 두시면 됩니다. 모두의 기운은 전주인데요. 오늘 먹어볼 이 두 개 다 먹을 수 있을지 모르겠지만 기본적으로 이렇게 큰 맥주는 중요한 게 아니라 배분 때문에 3캔까지 먹습니다. 부테니까 가로세리가 이름이고요. 셰프 호퍼, 그레이프, 후르츠, 그리고 골드 스페클들의 감촉게 생긴 뭔가 어마무시할 것 같은 그런 디자인 영어 같아요.
Also, if you use like a tone, a foundation that's lighter than your actual skin tone, it can also do like some kind of contouring effect, but this is not that much lighter than my skin tone. And then I go in with the sponge to pick up what's left on this makeshift palette. And then I just use it all up. And then actually I like to wait a little bit if I have time for everything to like settle in together. Putting the K powderless liquid for cover. I put this on, I basically use this like a concealer, so I'm gonna try that today because I feel like it helped my base last really well. But this is mattifying too, so I'm just using that much. Then before I powder my face, I put on blush. Recently I've been using this random blush that I've had in one of my palettes. I don't know what it's called, but it looks pretty generic. It kind of looks like Orgasm from Nars, but I don't have no Orgasm and I've never tried it, but it's like pink with gold-ish sparkle. So I apply my blush first before my powder because I feel like my blush lasts longer when I do it this way. But if you are covering like a lot of stuff, then you might not want to do this and set your face first, because if you don't do this really gently, then you can kind of take off what you just put on. So like let's say you have a lot of like redness you're covering or something like that, then if you put on blush before it, you might move your all the hard work you just laid down. So I put it on my nose, I put it on my eyebrows, and I also put it on my chin. I just like a natural flush, or it's not natural, but you know what I mean. I like to look flushed. I like to have a lot of blush on. You can't see any of it because it's so bright though. And then I powder, or sometimes I put on highlighter, and the one I've been using recently is this e.l.f. Moonlight Pearls. This one is really pretty. I think I'm just gonna put this on my nose. Actually, no, I'll just put it on. I just use my finger with this one. I feel like it's not that good with a brush. Then before I powder, I go in with more of the highlighter and just put it onto the places that I want to glow, which is mostly my entire face. I go in with the Nars Light Reflecting Powder. Is this what it's called? Yes. This is like my favorite powder. Look at how demolished it is. I have another one for whenever I get finished with this.
천장서부터 여기야? 천장서부터. 벌써 녹음이 지금 하나도 안 되고 있었네요, 여러분. 술 땡기네. 아니 야심차게 지금 첫 회 지금 불 이렇게 꺼놓고 잔잔하게 지금 분위기 만들어놓고 했는데 녹음 하나도 안 된 거야? 어쩌라는 거야? 어쩌라는 거야? 네, 여러분 상당히 저질의.
I'm gonna go in with the Betty Loumanizer because the e.l.f. one is actually like not that light, so this one is good for highlighting, like making things lighter, like my nose highlight, but I like the glow that it gives. But this one is definitely like really bright. But the e.l.f. one is like a more natural glow, if that makes sense. So I'm all powdered. Now I look blank. So I'm gonna start, I guess, with my eyebrows. I always like to clean off my eyebrows because sometimes you get foundation in them, sometimes you get powder in them, so you want to make sure it doesn't look gray. Because if you just do your eyebrows, then it'll have like your hairs will have a gray cast because of all the stuff. I don't know how to speak.
그냥 음료수 같아요, 음료수. 센 하드한 그런 맥주 싫어한다 하시면 이거 마셔도 될 것 같아요. 그러니까 저한테는 안 괜찮은데 약한 좀 부드러운 맥주를 원하신다면 이거를 추천드려요. 저의 뭐야? 무슨 소리야? 거기서 무슨 일을 하는 거야? 무슨 얘기를 해야 될까요? 어떻게 되세요? 아예 못 마시는 분들도 계실까요? 이 영상을 보시는 분들.
I can't find the other brow pomade thingy, gel, whatever I use usually, but I also have the dip brow pomade in dark brown, so just gonna use that. Okay, so, oh my god, I look so bald. I like to map up the bottom first because my eyebrows are pretty uneven. So I think I have to match this one. And I have to make this one lower and this one I have to keep the same. Sorry, I don't really like have any rhyme. Well, I'm just not good at explaining what I'm doing right now. Honestly, I don't really like. I'm having a hard time putting words to my actions. If you get my gist. I tried filling out the bottom. Well, I start filling out, like starting off with this line right here on the bottom of my brow, and then I just match the top right here too, and then I match this bottom line too, and then I try to match this top angle, or like basically my arch. Since I don't have arched brows, this is basically where my arch is. I'm trying to match it, but I can tell that it's very uneven right now. Amazing! Perfect! But I think when my eyebrows are uneven, literally the only one who notices is me. Because nobody pays attention to me that much besides myself. Is it even? No. No. Okay, whatever. That's as good as it's gonna get. Also, I like keeping the top very soft. I don't like having a harsh line on any of my brow. So not the bottom, not the top. Very soft. I'm gonna contour my nose. I use I can't pick it up because like half the eyeshadows in my palette are broken. Amazing. I use this Kevin Kwan single shadow in Taupe. I think that's what it's called. But I also use the Can Make nose shadow thing. I think that's what it's called, like nose shadow. And this brush is the Juvia's J115 blender. Why does my nose look fatter? Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna start with my eyes. I'm using the Etude House Cashmere Fit and BR404 Rose Chocolate.
화장실 너무 귀찮은데 옷이 너무 어려운 거야. 어쩌려고요. 그래서 몇 줄을 하면 저 소주파이. 여러분들이 소주파이 드실까? 영어하는 얘기한다. 다음 콘텐츠 무슨 얘기냐. 이러다가 한 개 더 꺼내는 건 아니지. 저는 이제 소주파인데 소주 주량은 최대 3병. 최대 3병이고요. 이게 저희 기분에 따라 다른데 기분 좋은 날이 기분 좋은 일로.
I'm like not even talking that much, but honestly when I do my makeup, like this is what I do. This is what I do. I'm using the Juvia's J111 definer. But yeah. When I do my makeup, I just sit here, I put on some YouTube videos, I watch people eat or something, talk, put on their makeup, etc. And I just sit here in silence. Well, I guess it's not silence because I'm watching a video, but I don't say anything. And I haven't filmed a Get Ready With Me in like so long. Well, I filmed one before I changed the layout of my room, so maybe some of you will remember how my room was before. And no, I don't want to do a room tour before you ask. Just because I don't like how my room is and I feel like that's kind of intimate. So before anybody asks, even though nobody asked, I'm so rude. Sorry. But yeah, I filmed one before, like recently, maybe about a month ago or a few weeks ago, and the lighting was just bad, so I don't know if you still want to see it or not, but it's on my SD card still, but I don't like it. And I was just thinking, like, if I want to do more, like, Get Ready With Me's, because this is, like, not that hard to film. It's just hard to edit, I guess. So I just changed my room. Now I'm using the Mercier Rose Gold Caviar Stick Eye Color. This is just like the tiny things. I don't remember where I got this from. I think my friend gave it to me. I think maybe Yeza or Ellen. Like, a lot of people give me makeup that they don't like anymore, and I just take it. Because why not? I'm just like putting on a bunch of random stuff. Like when I do my eye makeup, it's literally just me putting on more and more and more stuff on. Especially the more time I have, the more stuff I put on my face. Am I the only one who does that? Oh my god! My makeup pencil sharpener just exploded on me. Woo! So exciting. Having the time of my life. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Awesome. When people ask me like, oh hey, how are you? I'm like, good. Like when I'm at work, and I just work in retail. That's all I'm gonna say. Whenever customers are like, oh, how are you? Like, how are you doing? Are you having a nice day? Like, how's your day? And I'm like, I'm good. I know they're trying to be nice, and I'm not trying to be rude. It's just like some people do it when they're so, like, there's like a huge line, and I'm ringing them up. And they're like, how are you? How are you doing? Are you having a good day? How's your day going? Has it been busy? I'm like, yeah, it's busy. Like, yeah, it's fine. Like ringing them up and like bagging them like as fast as I can because there's like a huge line. And they're like, that's good. Glad to hear it. And they're like just like trying to have this like slow ass conversation, and I'm like, please. There's a line. trying to get rid of this line, sir. Please. Please. I'm just putting on this random lipstick. This is the Innisfree Real Fit lipstick. I don't know what it is. Can you read it? Yeah. Can you read it? I don't know what it says still. Number 2? I don't know. I'm just putting this on randomly because I just saw it in my makeup drawer. I don't know if I like it, but I don't hate it. So, it's staying on my face. I feel like I've become so weird. I don't know. Who am I? I don't know. This is the Arita Mono Eyes in number 115 on the note. Just putting this on my face because I just came across it. I'm always like so like, wow, I have a full-time job. That's so crazy. And also I'm like, why did I do that to myself? I feel like I have no time to do anything. Like, I'm not saying anything about people who do work full-time, but what am I trying to say? What are you trying to say, Junie? I forgot my point. What am I trying to say? I mean, like, I feel like I'm the type of person, well, I am the type of person, not I feel like, I'm the type of person who I need a lot of time at home. I get stressed out really easily when I'm not in my home. Like, my home is literally my safe space, and I get stressed out easily, man. And I just don't deal with stress well. Like, I don't do anything else like to maintain my stress, and I get really stressed out very easily. And I feel like a lot of people seem like, mostly everybody else who has a full-time job seems to be like way better at dealing with their stress than I am, but I'm just out here like, I'm suffering. I feel like I sound like such a baby because I'm like, I have a full-time job and it's so hard. But like, so many people have full-time job and they have like, they work 5 part-time jobs and go to school, and here I am, I have a full-time job and I'm suffering so much. I'm just suffering because I love to suffer. Duh. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm using this Etude House. Don't look at how dirty it is. This is the Blend for Eyes number 1 Dry Rose. So I'm using that. This is just really random. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I've just been like also just thinking, you know, reflecting. And I don't know if a lot of you follow me on Instagram or like check my Instagram that much, but I posted on my story like, don't talk to me in Korean if you're not Korean. And a lot of people were like, what the hell? What's wrong with you? And I don't know. I was just, in my head, it makes sense, and it still makes sense for me to say that, but I can see why it can be so like, what the hell, when I just basically kind of said it without any context. And I feel like in the past I kind of did that a lot, where I just don't put any context behind the things that I say and I just get mad at people, and like, call them out and I still don't offer them the context, I'm just kind of like, well, you should have known better. You freaking idiot. What's wrong with you? And I don't think that's the best thing to do, especially in like as like a person with a platform. I feel like I should be kind of informing people instead of just calling them out and like demonizing them, if that's the word. So I feel like when I was younger, I used to do that a lot. I would just get mad at people and just kind of like not explain why it's wrong and just be angry, which I don't think is the best solution at all. So yeah, a lot of people were like really mad, and one person was like, they wrote like this really terrible comment about how I'm nothing without my East Asian aesthetic. And it's literally so bizarre that you would even say that I have like an East Asian aesthetic, because I'm just an East Asian person. So just me existing is like an aesthetic, I guess, to this one person who was very angry with me. And that like, I know like a lot of people think that way, but for somebody to literally comment on my post and say that you're nothing without your East Asian aesthetic, so why are you saying that? Like blah 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 blah, you stupid bitch, whatever. And I'm just like, wow, like some people really don't think of Asian people, East Asian people especially, I guess, directed in this comment. Like some people really don't think of us as anything other than like an aesthetic. They don't think of us as humans, which I think is like really fucked up. So, point is, I should explain, give context more. Okay, also, I don't have to explain anything, but I think it's better that I do instead of just being like, that's wrong, blah, blah, blah. Especially since I do have a platform of like a lot of, I feel like my platform is mostly younger people. So I feel like it's better to explain why I say the things that I do and why I'm angry about it and why it's not okay or just disrespectful to do it or assume these things. So I'm gonna try to do better and stop being just an angry, well, I don't know what I'm saying, but anyways, also the reason why I just don't like it when people who aren't Korean talk to me in Korean is just because there are so many people who are interested in or like really like Korean culture, K-pop, whatever, what have you, that just speak to me in Korean and they use a very informal tone. They just talk at me rather than to me, and whatever they say, it doesn't really make sense to whatever I post. Not to mention, most of my content, almost never do you see me speak in Korean, talk in Korean. Almost never use Korean. I have like one video on my channel where I have Korean subtitles, but that's it. That's it. Like, I don't interact with people, like my followers in Korean, unless they're Korean. I don't say openly, like, oh, you can talk to me in Korean, like, or anything like that. So when people just say, like, oh, something really casual, like, it can be translated as to, like, ha ha, funny, or, like, it can sound, like, very patronizing in the tone that you use, if especially in Korean where there is like a formal and informal tense. So when people are just like talking to me informally, especially when they don't know me, it's like really rude actually in Korea. Or just like as a Korean person, it's rude for you to say that to me when you don't know me. Like even if you're way older than me, whatever, it's like we're strangers and I don't know who you are. So why would you just be speaking to me informally like I'm a child? Because if you say stuff informally, it basically means like you don't respect me. So especially if you don't have like that basic grasp of Korean or the language or the social kind of rules, I guess, the social background context of the language, and you just use it at me, it's very rude and very condescending and patronizing because you didn't even do the homework to be able to use the language, if that makes sense. To me, this makes sense, but to you guys, it might not make sense. But that's basically why I don't like it. And also, I can speak English, and like, you never see me use Korean, almost never. Like, 95% of the time, I speak in English. So, why are you just talking to me in Korean? Like, there's no other way that you can talk to me. You speak English, I speak English. Let's speak English. Why are you talking to me in Korean? With, like, it's not necessary. You don't have to be doing this. You're just doing this to, I don't know, for your own, like, for your own self. Like, nobody else is, like, having fun besides you when you speak to me in Korean and you don't really know what you're saying. So that's why I don't like it when people speak to me in Korean and they're not Korean. Because majority of the time, it's something really weird, really incorrect. Like, whatever they write is almost never correct. It almost never makes sense. And if it does make sense, it's really informal and it's really condescending. Like, whatever the meaning or the intent is behind whatever you're trying to say is not delivered because you can't really speak the language that well. So it's better off not to just use it. Because it's not like I don't know English. So hopefully that kind of explains it. I tried explaining it as best as I could to the person who asked me on Instagram, and I posted it on my story. So mostly people seem to understand, but that was like, that kind of made me realize that I just can't just be saying stuff because without like any context or without any explanation, because people aren't going to understand. And for the people who don't understand, they're gonna just be angry, and that's not, they're just gonna be angry and kind of like think of me like as a brat or as a bitch, basically a bitch. So it's not like, it's a lose-lose situation. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go back to doing my makeup. That was so like intense, and I don't even know where I'm gonna put this. I guess I'm just gonna leave it in the middle because I'm in the middle of doing my makeup. Okay, so I'm just gonna put more random stuff on my eye. I'm gonna use the Jewel Star Eyes in Pecan Pie. I'm just gonna put this on my lid, even though this is like a very red look right now. I don't want it to be so red, so that's why I'm putting on this bronze. It's very bronze. Like, most of my eye makeup is literally just me combining a bunch of things together and something happens. Sometimes I hate it, sometimes it's okay. You just go with the flow. Now I'm using the Face Shop, the Ryan palette. This is number 2. I don't know what number 2 means, but it's number 2. I'm gonna try using this NYX Taupe. I think this is like a blush. I'm just gonna use it on my eye because I want like a dark, cool brown that's not red, because there's so much red. I don't mind the red, but I'm just trying to neutralize things. I'm gonna use the Jewel Star Eyes in Champagne Pink. I also like to put stuff right here. So like if I'm putting glitter on, I put it here. I feel like it helps me look really glowy, which I like. It like adds to like the wet look. Makes you look really dewy. I think I should stop there with the eyes. And curl my lashes. So the liner that I've been using recently is the Lily by Red Starry Eyes Gel Eyeliner. This one is really good. It's so creamy and it's really pigmented. So this is what I've been using recently. And I don't want this line to be super like sharp, so that's why I'm using a brush. This is the Morphe E39. Like, I just mainly want the bottom of my tail for my eyeliner sharp, and then I want to blend out the top. And I like using the brush for when I tightline to get right in between my lashes, because the gel eyeliner, it's like pretty thick, so it doesn't get in between my lashes that well. So this just helps make it like really not miss any spaces in my lash line. I'm pretty sure most people who tightline would understand what I mean. Gonna give my lashes one more squeeze. And then I'm gonna use the Dr. Mascara Fixer Super Long Lash. This has like fibers in it so that it clings to your lashes and makes it longer, I feel like. Is it just a feeling? I don't know. I think it is real. And then I used the Deja Vu Fiber Wig. I think this is for long lash. And I put this on top. I don't know if you can even see it. For a while, I didn't put any under eye mascara on, but I've been doing it recently. I only use brown mascara for my under eyes though. Oh, and I curl my bottom lashes first. I'm gonna use the Etude House Curl Fix, and this is just brown. So usually after I finish like this part and I'm basically like done with my makeup, I like to look at it and see if I want to add anything else. Like over here, I usually add something to the outer corner of my eye since it looks kind of empty. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Using like a random dark eyeshadow. And I don't know if you can tell the difference, but it kind of just like makes my eye shape a little bit more defined, or it just kind of, I don't know, evens things out so it doesn't look so empty. So yeah, I'm done. Gonna take out my braid. this is the finished look, and I guess I'm just keeping this lip on because it looks fine. My battery is critically low, so I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll try to film one again soon. Bye! Thanks for watching.